we invite guests to come by and get high with us here in Nevada's original Cannabis Lounge. So let's get into it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NuWu Sessions podcast. Back from a little bit of a hiatus, but we're back and ready to rock and roll. Happy to welcome my friend here, Miss Maggie Presley, to the podcast. How you doing today, Maggie?
Great. It's so good to be here, Tom. Thank you very much. Long time overdue.
You're not wrong. Obviously, I've known Maggie for years. We've been working in this industry for a while now, seen you with a few different brands and companies. We'll get into all that, but you're right. We're overdue. So thank you. You know what I mean?
No,
Glad to have you and excited to kind of, get into everything. But before we get started, let's talk about our drinks. We both have some Blue Dreams today, right?
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome on the podcast.
Thank you. This is how to get the day started.
Yeah.
Fuck a coffee.
Yeah. You're not wrong. This is the fun part about being on NuWu Sessions, like we were saying before we started rolling camera. This is an early morning smoke sesh for us. You know what I mean? This is not for the faint of heart, but I know Miss Maggie can hang. So thanks again for being on the podcast. Excited to get it started. I love a Blue Dream. I honestly only have Blue Dreams like when I do the podcast.
Oh, that's
good.
But
I have them pretty much every single episode. So I'm like,
it's a special treat.
Exactly. I got to earn it. You know what I mean?
I have this every time I come, which is a few times a month over here.
There yes.
It's the drink of choice for me.
Miss Maggie is no stranger to the Sky High Lounge. I know I've been in here smoking weed with you probably a few times at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So shout out to Sky High Lounge, the Blue Dream, and let's get it started. So Miss Maggie is the sales director for Green Thumb Industries. A little bit about Green Thumb Industries for those who might not be familiar with the brand. You guys are one of the nation's top CPG or consumer-packed companies when we're talking about the cannabis sector. They're also home of the iconic brands Rhythm, Dog Walkers. Is it Bebo? I knew I was going to botch that. I should have asked you before I started rolling.
It's okay.
Bebo and Incredible Edibles, which is no stranger to the game out here. GTI is also known for its high-quality flower. Let's see here. Intentional innovation and immersive brand experiences across multiple markets. This year, GTI also celebrated 2 wins at the NuWu Cup. One was the Influencer's Choice Best Pre-Roll and the Consumer's Choice Best Flower, both for their L'Orange, which is amazing. I got to say, you guys definitely earned that one. But Miss Presley, like I said, is the sales director for GTI, and she's been in the industry for close to a decade now in the Nevada market, right?
I'm going on year 11.
Year 11. Wow. Okay. You see, it's 9 for me. It'll be 10 October of next year. You know what I mean? So I'm getting there. But once you get in the double digits, right? Like, how does that feel? Because obviously you're no stranger to this industry, but the cannabis industry is wild. So 11 years in, how are you feeling about it?
Good. Fucking stoked for the future.
There you go.
Things that are coming together and falling apart at the same time. I mean, you're no stranger to the validity of this industry. Mm-hmm. It's ever changing. What was cool 3 weeks ago is no longer cool.
Yes, absolutely. Rapidly changing.
I am just so honored. First, just to be here, of course, with you, but in year 11. I'm just so honored with the journey. Being able to work in multiple roles for multiple companies, helping build businesses from nothing to a fully functioning and profitable, entities has been amazing for me.
100%.
The lessons learned through the path have been what I needed to get to this point. So everything happened for a reason.
There you go. That's a beautiful outlook to have on it. You know what I mean? You kind of see the growth quicker, I feel, in this industry, having done, to your point, like I said, when I think back to 2016 is when I first started. And when I think of what the industry looked and felt like in 2016, it's like, man, it's night and day. It's nothing like what it is now,
yeah.
But,
totally flipped on its head. We go back to 2016. That's a year before recreational started here. So, or adult use. We had a great medical program, not exactly the numbers that people were looking for to cash in, but we ended up, in 2017 going recreational in July of that year. And that's when things started to change big time.
Oh, yeah. I remember just the first day of rec sales. It was like Christmas, you know what I mean? Like just
lines wrapped around the building for hours, for days.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
While I started out in project management and operations management, compliance with Green Therapeutics, I felt it was time to move on. And I had gotten a job with Cannabis. Okay. So I was doing compliance operations for them, project management, help build out their production license. And after that project was done, I was just burnt out on it.
Right.
So I became a bud tender.
Okay.
For Euphoria Wellness. And, without even like an interview, they gave me a job.
Wow. Okay. Right place, right time kind of thing?
Because of starting so early in the industry, during application and licensing, I made great relationships. One of them was Darlene Purdy. And she's was an incredible colleague, friend, mentor for years. And when things kind of like, for me, I just needed a change. She was there with open arms.
There you go. Yeah, right place at the right time. You know what I mean? It's that old saying, it's not who you are, it's who you know. And proximity, I do feel, is the intense of it, because I've heard a few stories on the podcast for people like that in the early, like the nascency era of the industry when everything was very new. Like you could just walk into a dispensary and be like, hey, do you want a job? Because we need bud tenders. I know when I started, I was surprised at how I guess accessible, or like it wasn't that hard to get in the industry because it was so new, and just being like of interest, because I didn't have a medical card and I started in the medical era, and I was like, well, is that going to be like an issue? You know what I mean? Like, it's fine, but if you get you can't try the products until you have a card. So I remember getting the old the old Cali card, you know what I mean? Shout out to Nevada. Oh yeah. But because I remember, because I was probably bud tending myself for about 2 to 4 weeks before I realized, I'm like, this is like working for a candy store and not being able to try the candy. Like, how
the hell can you sell the candy if you don't know what it tastes like?
Yeah. So I was fortunate that I got in, because like I couldn't even make the card happen, but I very quickly got it and was, man, a lot of Lil Sebastian, you know what I mean? Throwing it back to the medical days. Shout out to...
I remember that with Deep Roots.
Yeah.
Lil Sebastian.
Dude, they were rocking in the medical days, you know what I mean?
There was a handful of operators that were like first to market, Deep Roots being one of them. BAM, AMA, a couple of first to market. It was beautiful to see, man. Like, we were dying. We were just like, the stores were ready. Yeah. Everybody was ready. We were waiting on testing. And finally, we got the products that we needed.
100%. We finally started getting what got us here today. Yeah. But to that point, so let's take it back before any of this. What sparked your early interest in cannabis?
Oh, I've been advocate and a user my whole life.
There you
just
go.
About. I've been selling weed since I was 16.
There you go.
In one fashion or another, before it was cool or legal or anything.
Said before it was cool. Like I've been in, this game.
Yeah, before, when we were selling bricks and not, highly curated, high THC chronic.
Oh yeah, shout out to the brickweed days, right? Seeds and stems, right? You know what I mean? It was a whole chore just to even like get started.
I don't think these kids even know the struggles that we went through.
They don't.
So what are seeds and stems?
Yeah, spoiled with this nice dispensary.
Sure.
What would we have called it back in the day? Like the kind bud, you know?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Well, that was like Cali Chronic, but that was like late 90s, early 2000s. It started coming into the market here in Las Vegas, and like the shift happened from weed we would get from like Mexico and into like now we're getting stuff from BC and California and the evolution.
Bud,
But I've always loved cannabis. It's something like that I've used. I have congenital scoliosis and sciatic nerve disorder on my left side. So it was always something that I used to kind of have a functional and happy life.
Right.
For me, the only breaks that I've taken were when I was like pregnant. And then I took like a year off when I moved back here to Las Vegas in 2011.
Gotcha. Was that like a choice or just kind of part of the transition?
Because like everything in my life was changing, I wanted to remove any type of outside influence, and I never really felt cannabis was that for me. Like I never felt like it was a problem. It's not something that I went, and like challenge my morals to suffice the need. You know what I mean?
No, you're just trying to challenge yourself.
Does that make sense?
Right?
Like I'm not a criminal.
Yeah, I feel that.
But back then, of course, like when I was selling weed, before this market became this market, I was a criminal.
Yeah.
But I never endangered my values by with the plant. So
100%.
I took a year off because I was going through a divorce and took my kids back home. We were living in Michigan at the time. And I just wanted like clarity. I had this new job with the radio station. I worked for Beasley Broadcast for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
When I first came back to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're still good friends of mine.
There you go.
Love them.
There you go.
They like the guy that hired me from Beasley. His name is Jason Monteith. He goes by Justin Chase, his radio name. It's a funny story why, but not for this podcast. Maybe we'll talk about it another time. But like that was like my first mentor outside of this child that I was, and this process that I went through with having 2 kids and a marriage falling apart and starting over. So like that gave me my first kind of opportunity to shine.
There you go.
And to use my noggin.
There you go.
Because in my past life, I was going to school for nuclear medicine. I was working towards a degree in that field, but also working as a CNA to take care of my family, and then a couple of different odd jobs to try to make ends meet. So my life was totally different. While I was like using my heart and compassion and skills that I learned from, the training that I had as a CNA, I never really like got to use like a lot of critical thinking or problem solving skills. And that's where it like took hold for me when this guy hired me to be his assistant. He was the operations director. So I became the assistant to the operations director.
Gotcha.
And it was everything: programming, producing. I helped generate like a new stream of revenue for that company by doing multimedia programming. Man, I did a little bit of everything, but it was awesome. I loved it.
There you go. Got a chance to, like you said, use your noggin and kind of flourish and develop a new skill set is what it sounds like.
Yeah. So in 2014, I got laid off from Beasley. It's like a yearly thing they do. They pick a nice handful of folks and get rid of them right after the holidays for budget cuts and things like that. And I thought that was going to be my life. So I kind of like did a few like odd jobs or, seasonal stuff. I worked for Zappos for a little bit for like a concept that they had. And nothing was really like sticking like I had felt with the radio station. And then I went to a cannabis job fair, the very first cannabis job fair at the Plaza.
Okay.
And there was a handful of people that I can remember that were there. I can't remember everybody, but I definitely remember Dr. Duke Fu.
Okay.
And my cousin Anthony DeMeo.
Okay. That's your cousin, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, he's on the Nitro team.
He's your lab guy over there. He's been a lab guy for a lot of different folks and helped them develop their programs from here to overseas and all around.
That's awesome.
He's a big brain person.
There you go. Definitely.
He's a big brain person.
Smart guy.
But that's the reason I went to the fucking job fair. My
That's
cousin's
cool.
like, "Can you come support?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Like, of course I'm going to come." I already had like a shitty job in property management.
Yeah.
Wasn't feeling it, but whatever. We went.
Okay.
I met Dr. Fu and like just like felt it. And then one of my friends that I had dealt with on the traditional market had made the transfer to being a grower for medicine in the very, very beginning. His name was Derek Reyes.
Okay.
And he was at the job fair, and I didn't even know he was going to be there. But it's like he made the transition. I was like, "Oh my God, he made the transition. I can make the transition.
There you go.
I can make the transition, right?"
Yeah. I mean, that's a cool story just to even like to think of a cannabis job fair that it's like, I guess for the industry as a whole, because it's obviously it's grown.
It was the first one during medical. So like this was like really early on, right after, during kind of application process. And, Green Therapeutics hosted this, and it really like put a bullseye on them.
Oh, really?
So, yes, in a good way. And like, when attention is on you, there's always going to be haters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it drew negative and positive attention, but it was in the newspaper. It got out there. But anyways, like that was that. And then 3 months later, Duke calls me. He's like, "We need somebody like you."
There you go. Hey, well, the right place, the right time. Right?
Anthony, God bless his soul. He saw that, I was a person that could do this and trustworthy and would be loyal. Right. And those are the things that are so important. The integrity of the human being. You want to know why I've been here for 11 years? Why integrity.
Integrity Farms.
Integrity. No. It's integrity. No, it's like it's just a sense of service in your heart. It's a sense of helping people. The love and the passion for the plant, being transparent, and leading with a pure heart.
Right.
And if you look around, I think like the people that we have here that have had longevity have that quality.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's something you kind of need to weather the storm, I feel, out here. You know, I've met a lot of people that have, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? More like, personal or deep-rooted, like, reasons why they want to be in the industry. There's some, like, moment that had this paradigm shift, if you will, regarding the plant and what it can be. I've always been more like you. Has been like, I've always smoked weed, I always sold weed. I was always around weed. So, for me to make that transition into the white market was a natural progression. You know what I mean? But again, kind of have that sense of purpose and a reason to be here, like, because we are stewards of the plant. We are, like, writing the pages of the history book when they talk about how cannabis reform took shape in America. You know what I mean? Like, we're here fighting that fight for that cause. And if you don't, I don't know, I guess to your point, the people that have that, like, deep-rooted sense of purpose for why they're here are the ones that stay long-term, and integrity is a big part of it. And I guess just a reason to help fight this fight. You know what I mean? I know personally I was arrested several times. It was like one of those things, I'm like, man, am I really looking at, like, I might be
over pot?
Yeah. Because I'm from the Midwest. I had, like, it was several cases I'd be caught with, like, less than a quarter, but wrong place, wrong time. You know what I mean?
It's such bullshit.
Yeah, the charges started adding up, and it was like after my last one, I was like, man, if this happens one more time, I'm looking at mandatory jail time. There's people making millions of dollars, like in Colorado and Washington at the time, and in the first kind of white market recreational states here. So I was like, this just seems silly, and it's one of the reasons I moved here to fight that fight. You know what I mean? But you gotta have that sense of purpose.
I'm so glad you did, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this would be happening. Right?
Your whole trajectory changed when you decided to do something about it. It just takes one small decision.
It's a purpose, right? And obviously, credit to the plant, which is probably a good segue to start smoking some weed. You want to smoke some weed, Maggie?
Let's do
go.
it.
I got my friend Harold here who's going to bring us some weed over here. We have
what up,
some
Harold?
amazing rhythm and dog walker products. And I don't know, let's look what it's on it.
So we're going to be highlighting dog walkers and Rhythm today. Rhythm is our premium cannabis brand. The reason it's called Rhythm is because, we love music and weed in no particular order, and we believe those two are better together.
There you go. I love that no particular order. That's good.
No particular order.
There you go, huh?
Oh, man. You can't ask me what I love more, music or weed, because they're right there with each other.
Well, as a musician, I definitely resonate with that one. I've always been curious. I'm like, obviously, you'd assume with the name that it would be something in music, but it's cool with a mission statement like that. Music and weed, no particular order.
It is
sold.
And it's like we keep elevating this brand. The way we're driving growth through our company right now is through innovation. For a while, Nevada kind of was, I'm not going to say neglected, but neglected when it came to innovation. And this year, they've decided to really push that along. And it's not just this year. It's like we've been asking for it for a while. Like, if the moment I walked in the door, I'm like, why don't we have this? Why don't we have this?
Right.
But it's the best flower. So if the history behind the flower here in Nevada. So I told you I worked for that company, Cannabis, and did some project management over there. What is crazy is that the company I work for now, GTI, acquired that farm. Yep. They also acquired Desert Grown Farms.
Okay.
Some of the best fucking weed in Nevada, because like at the end of the day, this is not a good place to grow weed.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the desert. I know no secret there.
Period. So it's challenging.
Yeah.
It's always been challenging to grow good weed that passes testing, that's not too dry but not too wet.
Yeah, checks all the boxes.
Checks all the smell, taste, that jar appeal. Like, oh my gosh, all the things that go into being a great flower. And the GTI made the best move they possibly could by getting those two gardens together.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're done yet,
There you go. So we're just still getting started. Well, I mean, to that point, do we want to start? Because I want to say we have some Rhythm flower here. I know we have a couple Dog Walker infused pre-rolls. We have some Nitro dabs on the table. Typically, I mean, I know we can get down and smoke here. We can start with some flower or ramp up, or what do you want to do?
I would love to smoke some flower since we're talking about it. I see we have some Durban Z over here.
Yes,
Sorry.
ma'am.
Get away from the mic.
No, you're all good. We do also have a volcano vaporizer right here if we want to do that. We've got pre-rolls to make it easy.
Oh, let's do the volcano.
Yes, this is the volcano hybrid. And if we want to start with some flower
I
here,
haven't used a volcano since before the medical days. Like I used a volcano. Oh my God, what year was it? When I came back? Nope, before that. So like we're talking 2005, 2006. So
they're
20
OGs,
years.
yeah. No,
20 years.
Honestly, I want to say around that same time. Well, yeah, within a few years there is when I first tried the volcano myself. And I've been sold ever since. I've been a volcano owner since about 2013.
Yeah.
And it's just a great device.
It
They
is.
do awesome work.
So just talk about the rhythm really quick. We're
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
smoke on some Durban Z. This is a Z and Durban Poison cross, 28% THC, super high in terpinolene, my favorite terp, 7.51 milligrams per gram. Awesomine and myrcene, giving it some great flavor.
There you go. That
All of
sounds
our
like
jars-
a wild terpene combination there.
All of our jars are glass.
There you go. There you see. I said ASMR. It's going to be the episode. You know, the crinkle of the bag, the taps of the jars. You know.
Yeah, I'll do some ASMR.
There you go. No, it's beautiful.
I can talk nice and low to you too.
There you go. Right. And we got the nice mics. That's what we're here to do.
This is a quarter or 7 grams. These buds tend to be a little bit smaller.
There you go.
Our premium eighths, it's like we make sure like we try to do like 1 nug or 2 nugs in the premium
jar,
jars.
like you said earlier, right?
Yeah, if you're going to pay that premium price for an eighth, we want you to feel like you absolutely got your money's worth.
100%.
But I don't mind little nugs because why not?
100%. I got
Easy
this.
to
This is
use.
the bowl right here if we want to break some of that. I also have one of those storage.
Should you break it down? Oh,
if you want to. Again, you know, we've
using
had a few
my fingers.
podcasts. I've heard this a few times on the podcast that there's people that believe in that.
Well, it's
exclusively.
ritual. It's
Yeah.
ritual.
Oh yeah,
Like
no, exactly.
When you've been smoking since you were, 12.
Right.
Not consistently, but we tried
Yeah.
it for the first time. The first time I ever smoked weed, I was in the desert with my girlfriends, junior high. It's like dusk, getting dark. And we had a Dr. Pepper can that I poked holes in with my earring
Yeah, I've been there.
and made a little carb on the side. We loaded our weed and we started smoking it. And this guy starts walking through the desert towards us. And we're like, oh, shit. Is this real? Like, because I'm smoking weed for the first time,
Right.
even though like I grew up around it. It was always it was around me in proximity.
Right.
But I hadn't tried it yet. This guy walks up in a fucking Pizza Hut uniform and apron and everything. He's like, what are you girls doing out here? I was like, oh no, we're just smoking a little weed, mister. And he goes, are you Walt's little sister? And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
It's one of my brother's
busted.
friends.
There you
Yeah,
go.
busted in the desert immediately.
Damn.
But he took that Dr. Pepper can and hit it hard.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, he smoked with a bunch of 12-year-olds, so
There you go.
that,
Hey,
that was
that's
on
a-
him.
That's a
Yeah.
cool first time smoking weed story.
I know, man. Mike
And using
Shooty.
the
Shout out to
earring for
Mike
the-
Shooty.
Using the earring for the old pop can bong. I know. I definitely several of my first sessions are all pop can bongs.
Do the
but-
children know?
Yeah, I know. Again, they're spoiled these days. So,
my
okay, obviously
gosh.
you've been smoking for a while. What's a typical sesh look like for you these days?
Oh, man.
Like, what's your
Typical.
go-to?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do I love? I'm a garbage can, brother. Like,
She said, if it's tree, it's me. You know what I mean?
if it's got cannabis, it's inside of me.
There you go. So, or are you like, do you do joints, bongs,
Is that how it should be
pipes?
packed?
Yeah, no, this is perfect.
Okay. I am definitely a joint girl. I love flower. I love the ritual around rolling yourself. I know in the world of pre-rolls, I do take advantage of those dog walkers on a very regular basis.
There you go, right?
For time reasons, but ain't nothing better than rolling your own. I like a good hemp blunt.
Okay.
I used to be a cigarette swisher sweet girl, and I do indulge every once in a while. But man, it makes me feel like shit every time I smoke a blunt now.
Yeah.
At 40 years old, I'll be 41 on Monday. At 40 years
Happy
old.
early birthday.
Thank you. I know, the birthday podcast.
There you go,
Woo,
right?
woo.
That's why we scheduled this one this way
I
out,
think
right?
we did. Oh my God, now I remember.
That's funny.
Why
Okay.
the fuck did I schedule it?
She said I just want a birthday podcast.
I want to do a birthday podcast. Yeah, this is cool.
I think this is probably the first birthday podcast I've done, to be honest.
I've never wanted to do anything for my birthday. I'm not a big birthday, like, I get like weird around my birthday. I kind of just want to retreat and
Okay, right.
like reflect.
There you go. Introspective. Nothing wrong with
But
that.
this is a good way to celebrate.
There you go.
I won't turn down a celebration, but it's not something particularly that I go after for birthdays.
100%.
But this is a good way to do it.
So this is ready to rock and roll.
What do you do?
You just hit that
that's
and it's
it?
ready to rock. Yep.
Just press my lips against it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've honestly been on the volcano kick here lately, which is one of the reasons I was like, yeah, we're gonna do a volcano on this episode today. I know exactly how to work this thing, you know?
Ooh.
So,
Damn.
I know, right?
I don't think I've ever tasted my flower better.
That's one of the reasons I
Holy
like having
shit.
this. Oh, man. You said that was terpenylene and osamine?
Yeah, you can
definitely taste that.
Yeah, you can taste that mix in there.
It's, the
Ooh.
osamine's giving a little like minty kick, but the terpenylene's definitely got that hazy kind of floral thing right there.
Chamomile flavors.
Chamomile. There. Oh, see, I would have never. Damn, Maggie's putting me on game. This is what happens when you smoke with OGs. You know what I mean?
I got a advanced palate.
There you go. So, Ms. Maggie, what inspired you to join GTI?
They came for me.
They came for you?
They came for me. Man, I have always loved the products. I didn't know too much about the company till I started working with them when I was working with Suma Cannabis and Panna Extracts. I was working with their buyer. Her name was Marjan. It was very minimal. She wasn't really active. She never smoked. But she was always cool to me. She was always cool. She always liked the way I dressed.
There you go.
She's like, when the new buyer came in, she's like, there's a girl that always wears dresses and she's really cute, but I can't remember anything else about her except that. I was like, all right.
There you go.
So
when
Ari Amati and Josh Sepulveda came to Las Vegas from Washington and became the new buyers for Nevada, that's when I started to learn a lot more about GTI because I started working with them a little bit more and was more active,
Okay.
They were like a breath of fresh air coming from Washington in the way that they operated.
Okay.
And the way that they embraced the community. Like Josh set up this industry poker game that's still going on. I think we're in year 4 now for that. And, Ari was just a different kind of buyer. He meticulous and no frills, no bullshit,
right.
And I love that.
There you go.
And I love that. So through the process working, with them as a client, I just got to know everybody a little bit. But when their salesperson decided to resign in December of 23, I got a call from their CGM. Was he? Yeah, he was a CGM here. He was a CGM here in California and Minnesota at the time. And he said, our sales guy just quit. And I can't think of a better person to be on this team than you. Because I had met Pat at the poker table.
Okay, there you go.
I met him at the poker table. I took his money the first time I met him. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
She said I took his money the first time I met him. There you go.
At the
That's
table.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. She said legitimately it was fair.
Through that process, it's just being who I am and always approaching every relationship the same when it comes to it's not a thing of a calculation or transaction or opportunistic kind of mindset. It's I want to know these people and be friends with them. It was we vibed. The vibe was there. Your tribe is your vibe.
Yeah.
And I definitely felt it from them from the very beginning. So it was really cool when I got that call. He said it was opening up and I should apply. So I did.
There you go.
And the rest is history.
Hey, right place at the right time. But I think, to your point, you're always showing up. You're always yourself. You know what I mean? You're putting your best foot forward no matter what the context is, because it's not like it's self-serving. I'm going out there to go meet these people because I need a job. You know what I mean? I met these people. I led with my best foot forward. You know what I mean? And that led to an opportunity when I needed one, right?
It's what is luck but timing and preparation?
Amen. Amen.
And I couldn't be fit for the job that I have now had I not had the experience for a second time with Euphoria Wellness and their group.
Okay.
And ended up working with that very same grower that was at the job fair.
Wow, full circle.
Derek Reyes is the director of cultivation over at Suma still. and we got to work together again.
Okay, that's cool.
Used to buy his weed and sell his weed, and then
that's
on
scaled,
the traditional
right?
market, and then did it again.
That's cool. That's awesome.
And had some great success and some huge hurdles to get over, but kept the train going. And then when this opportunity came, I said goodbye to my family for a second time.
There you go. There you go.
But I love them all the same.
There you go. I mean, hey, you got to do what's right for you. And like I said, when opportunity knocks, right?
Yeah.
So.
It's so cool that the people that first round when I was with Euphoria as a bud tender for like a year and a half or so, the people that I was there with have gone on to do so much success in their own life. They're business owners. They're sales directors for the Suma. So Tia Perkins, I don't know if you know her. But she's the sales director for Suma and Pana now.
Okay.
In Your Highness here in Nevada. And she was somebody that I was a bud tender with. When she came back to Nevada, because she went on to, build a successful business for that company in Maryland, and they sold it. And she came back, and she came back as our HR director, but full circle, it was such an honor
seeing
to
the growth, right?
be back there with her, and then for her to take over the role that I had with them. There was nobody better.
There you go.
Nobody better suited.
There you go.
I love to see progression in this industry, and I think it's possible for anybody. I think that's the greatest thing. People come in here and try to maneuver and shove themselves into the roles that they dream of,
right?
Instead of fucking building the toolbox.
You're right.
And you build the toolbox from the bottom.
That's true.
I might have been compliance and project management at Green Therapeutics when I started, but guess what? Right. I popped seeds, I cleaned floors, I took out trash, I put up lights on ladders on fucking tables. Don't call OSHA.
Yeah.
I put together those rolling tables. I helped my team with everything that it took to put it together.
You got to. It's part of being a good leader, right?
And yes, but it's part of the fucking process, and you have to trust the process. Yeah. You can't just come in here with whatever experience you've brought from another industry and expect to be successful right away.
Absolutely.
It takes time, effort, and actual love.
Yeah.
You have to put the love into it, man. You got to put the passion into it.
Yeah.
So trust the process.
That's it.
And get your foot in the door.
Absolutely. Right place at the right time, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So getting back to the brands here. So obviously you guys have a lineup, like I said earlier.
Sticky.
You got. Well, here, we can finish this bag too. We can do.
Is it still good?
Yeah. I mean, it's been sitting there for a minute, but we can fill another one real quick. But so you guys have Rhythm, Dog Walkers, Bebo, and Incredibles all in the lineup. And in your opinions, having worked with them for a little bit,
it's still good.
Over a year now, right? What makes them stand out?
It'll be 2 years, almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in
December of 23. So
that's when the process started. But I got my official hire date was February, end of February. But yeah. So we talked about Rhythm. We smoked it. It's working.
It's definitely working.
It's working. But Dog Walkers is, another one of my favorite brands from our collection. They're all, I have to say, it's such a blessing to have brands that you can stand behind and feel so good about selling. Right. And that's how I feel about the products that we sell, all of our brands. But Dog Walkers is special because it comes from our founder, Ben Kovler, and his love of his dog, Bailey. Bailey's now since passed, but her legacy lives on through Dog Walkers. And what we do is we give back all over this country to no-kill animal shelters. A portion of our sales every year go back to these no-kill animal shelters. And here in Nevada, we are partnered with the Nevada SPCA.
Okay.
And they, with the donations that we've made over the years, they've been able to get a new building and really deck it out and just take care of more animals. And I at the end, that's what's important.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful mission statement.
It is.
As a dog dad, I agree. I want to say that's even where I adopted my dog Vegas. But it's been a while. I don't know. A lot of resin clogging the gears upstairs. Don't quote me on that.
Don't clock me.
Exactly.
But Dog Walkers is our pre-roll brand. We have traditional Dog Walker minis. So that's a 5-pack of joints in a tin. inside this box. We're kind of like coming up with some new packaging ideas to kind of like just save. We've gotten a lot of feedback from our consumers over the years, and one thing that they can agree on is that box is hard to get open without ripping it apart. So we're coming up with some innovation there, but let's rip one apart.
Let's do it. Twist my arm.
Yeah, I want to show you what we're working with here. I know that is not the way to do it. There is stains on the side, but I'm not strong enough. Not my carpal tunnel.
So this is the traditional 5-pack of minis, is what you're just saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is the original dog walker, like this is the flagship right here.
Yeah.
Right?
This is what we kind of launched with. We do have 1 gram versions called Big Dogs, and these are just regular uninfused joints. This is, what did I rip apart? Kush Mountains.
Ooh, okay.
Classic. 5-pack. And then there's a mission on every can, like Meet Bailey. And I'll read this to you. Dog Walkers was inspired by leisurely strolls with our own pup, Bailey. This is from Ben.
Aww.
We believe that every dog deserves to be this lucky. That's why we donate to animals in need with every Dog Walker product purchased. Together, we can help make sure more dogs are loved and walked often.
Oh, okay.
And that's the essence,
cool.
and that's why it's like a little mini. It's perfect for a quick dog walk.
Right. Yeah.
And that's where it comes from, you know?
I mean, I know I've had a few on my walks with my dog, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool. And the fact that you guys are giving back and that it's like, it's part of the mission statement, you know what I mean? Like that's really cool. And you guys, Dog Walkers have been around for a long time, right?
A hot minute. It was one of the first products they came to market with.
That's right. Okay.
But the Dog Walker itself, the essence around it, it's a California thing.
Gotcha.
It's like I'm not sure who came up with it, but it does come from rolling a shorty.
There you
so
go.
like
There
rolling a smaller joint, not a big boom like our big dog.
I mean, I've smoked some big dogs while walking the dog too, but you look like you're up to no good, you know? At least with the little one, you're like, listen, man, I'm keeping it
That's so funny.
you know?
So another part of this line is our infused line, and we are innovating there. We're looking at some new fun things for 2026.
Very nice.
But for now, the show dog is what we call our infused dog walker.
And that's what we got here. So we got the, was this OMG Gelinade?
Yeah.
Big dogs?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a sucker for an infused pre-roll. Should we just get it started?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And it's got linalool. Man, you guys know, if you guys been watching the podcast, I'm a linalool fool.
Are you going to get goofy?
Are you going to get goofy? This is my favorite. This is where I'm trying to go. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Let's do it. Beautiful. And let's see. We got a lighter. Yes, we got a couple of our Sky High. Oh, perfect. No, she said no. Check out this
rhythm lighter. It got some weight
with
to
the
it.
Cases, yeah. You know,
it's got some weight to it.
You see your boy stealing this one. You're going to catch it from across the room. Be like,
my gift to you.
Oh, wow.
My gift
Are you
to
serious?
Yeah.
Okay, this is cool. Thank you, Maggie.
You're so welcome.
I will rock this, and I will even take some on some dog walks. You know what I mean? So while we get started with this here, I mean, what were some of your first major initiatives at GTI as the sales director, and why were they meaningful?
Okay, so like I came in because I feel, well, the salesperson that was exiting, he had been with the company for a long time, and you know, for lack of a better word, he wasn't making the rounds like he probably. I don't know what happened. I can't tell you what happened.
Right.
Why do people get upset and burnt out and don't want to do this anymore? Right. I don't know, but he's doing well now. Is all I know. He's like a life coach and doing cool like ceremonies with ayahuasca and peyote and shit. So good for him. But there wasn't really the penetration into the market that these brands deserved. And for me, the biggest initiative coming here is getting the weed to the people. Like, they needed to know how good this is, and they needed to experience how good this is.
Right.
But that means points of distribution.
Right.
So I went to town. Like, I went to work. Like, we weren't even doing business with you guys when I first started working for this company. Mm-hmm. Like, what a shame. Right.
Well, obviously, and we're no strangers to Maggie, so obviously that made it happen, right?
Yeah, well, we have to make it happen and make it make sense for you guys. You have a model that you use here, a business model that you use, and it's our job as your vendor to make sure you make money off of our products. Because why would I do this otherwise, or why would you work with me otherwise?
Yeah, absolutely.
And not only that you make money, that we support our products.
Right.
And we get to
Absolutely.
do that so much here. And I'm
Absolutely.
so thankful for all of that. Like all of the events that you have, the opportunities that you give us on a pretty regular basis, and new opportunities that come to you that, you know, you think we'd be perfect for with our different brands. I love our relationship.
Absolutely.
I value it very much.
And likewise, you guys definitely, you know, come out swinging. You guys have supported several events, which obviously that's why we built NuWu. That is our model, you know what I mean, these days. So to make sure that we have brands that see the value in that and, you know, take advantage of that as a way to engage the community and, you know, try to make this place happen. Because, I mean, you know, obviously we've been spearheading what cannabis lounges look like in Nevada for a while. You know?
I think in the world, bro. Like let's.
You're
what,
not wrong.
What,
you know,
who else has anything like this right now?
Yeah.
I can't think of one place. Unless it's a temporary kind of like installation that they've done in Cali or something.
I mean,
or in
Cali's
another
had some
state.
lounges. I don't know.
I don't think there's anything consistent. Like this is consistent.
Cali hasn't been consistent. There's been some stuff in some other markets.
Yeah.
We've done some homework. There's been some stuff in Colorado and things like that. But I
We
mean,
throw
not to
a-
this scale and not, I mean, I don't know. There's been places that have, I guess, focused on events, you
Yeah.
know? But you're right. We're obviously, you know, trailblazing. And,
Yeah, you're
like,
ahead of the curve in that manner. Like you guys have put a permanent fixture in for cannabis consumption, and I think that speaks volumes. And the fact that you've been able to navigate and figure it out and have the room to do that with the tribe here, like that's incredible.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing.
No, I mean, all credit to the tribe for,
Yeah.
you know, really putting the money, or what's the word? What's the saying? You know, putting their money where their mouth is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really just, I guess, believing in the plant and allowing us to scale this up. You know, I remember when we first opened up the Vegas tasting room back in October of 2019 as you know, a guy who's been in the industry a long time. We've been talking about cannabis lounges since like the early days. You know, it was always something that we're in Las Vegas. We're in like, you know, one of the biggest tourism hubs of the world. Why wouldn't we have cannabis lounges, and why couldn't Las Vegas become the Amsterdam of the West, so to speak, you know? So when, for me, you know, when I came to work at NuWu, I'm like, wow, we're building a consumption lounge. And it's like, oh, and they actually could because of the sovereign aspect and do it correctly. And it's cool to be here, you know, whatever, it's about to be 6 years later or 5.5, you know, 5 and change.
I remember the small lounge. I was there in 2019 with you guys on the day. Like Mike Tyson was in there.
It was a wild day.
My best friend and I came and brought her dad.
Okay.
And her dad was like a person that was like, when he got in trouble because of marijuana when he was a kid. So to be somewhere like smoking with people openly, it was a trip for him.
Yeah.
He had the best time.
Yeah, no, it was a great day. I remember that day very well, and it's
I was so high, bro. Like I was like, man, I'm so paranoid. I'm gonna have to take a fucking Uber home.
It was a funny day for all my industry friends that I remember like hanging out the day. They were all just too high, you know. But it was cool because again, everyone was just trying to like celebrate that moment. We're like, okay, man, this is like a thing. And since then, obviously, there's been some other lounges that have opened, and you know what I mean. We're still fighting that fight and. Being here, you know, almost a decade in, and again, we've been talking about it the entire time. The fact that, like, you know, we're still kind of struggling with this model is, I feel, a disservice to the industry as a whole. You know what I mean? So we try to hold the bar high for ourselves and for just the industry to see what is possible and see, you know, how we can do this for scale. But we're also, you know, we're playing a long game. We're not going anywhere.
No, and the elevation I've seen through the process that you guys have gone through is beautiful. Like, you're not stagnant. You know, it might not be exactly what you guys want right now, but the path is there. We just have to give it time. Trust the process.
Yes, ma'am.
And keep doing what you're doing, innovating, having new events here, doing different shit. Like I'm gonna be here, man. I support you, you know, no matter what. Like
he's like, I'm gonna be in this lounge smoking joints. Let's go. You know?
No matter what. No, you catch me here.
Yeah.
At least once or twice a month.
I mean, I know I've caught Maggie here on a few dab o'clocks. Like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? That's
fun.
My favorite part about working here.
I know. Dab o'clock is a tradition at NuWu.
Ma'am. You already
at the end of the day, and the team gets together and takes a little dab, and then, you know, ends their day.
There you go. Team building exercises, you know what I'm saying?
And sometimes I get included.
Yeah, right place, right time, you know?
Yeah.
So you oversee distribution in obviously a highly controlled, but you guys are also a multi-state company. So what has been the biggest operational or regulatory challenge that you faced in your current role with GTI?
Oh.
Loaded, right?
So, yeah. Okay, here we go. We had 3 different sites that we were like manufacturing products from.
Okay.
And when you have 3 different points of distribution for one sale, things become fucked up
Yeah, I could see that.
on a regular. And took too long. It's like the coordination was crazy. So compliance wise, it's like we have separate licensing for cultivation and production. So we have to keep those separate. But for us, it's like we wanted to take the material we were growing here in Las Vegas, send it up to Carson City to get processed for joints and processed for oil and edibles eventually from that oil, and then ship back down. It's like a kind of a regulatory nightmare when it comes to like the metric chain of custody and the subsequent transfer, the original transfer, and then when things get fucked up, the virtual transfer. It's like there's so many nuances that we have to like abide by through the distribution process of this product. It's where we waste a fucking ton of money. Yeah. That and metric.
Yeah. No, you definitely right.
Those two things are just bleeding the owner dry, bleeding the license holder dry. Mm-hmm. Like tags costing 50 cents a piece. Or I don't even know how much they are anymore. Like I kind of stepped out of that as a sales director. It's like I'm not on the pulse of all of those costs, but I know if everything's going up in this world, so are probably the metric costs will go up with it.
100%.
I just think like, you guys have, sorry about that.
Are you good?
Got crazy with it. Woo!
That's why the headphones are there. It's easier to understand.
Don't freak out. But it's like a regulatory nightmare. I think you guys are the perfect example of showing like how you can have an operation that is compliant without metric being up your ass.
Yeah.
100%. You do that. You do metric here as a favor to us to accept the orders and then put them into your own system. And that's how you regulate your own products here. And I don't know. I think the people out there that make the decisions and our legislators really need to kind of look at the way, because if we're going to keep doing it state by state, I think they need to look at the way that we're just getting bent over a table on a regular basis. Yeah. I'm glad you guys don't have to deal with that as much.
Yeah, I mean,
you still have to deal with your own set of bullshit.
Of course, yeah, of course. But we got to make sure we set the bar high for ourselves because we are also partners to the state, by participating in Nevada's cannabis program. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we can maintain good relations and, again, show what's possible, not disrespect the system. You know what I mean?
For sure. But circling back to that question really quick to wrap it all up. The process to make only 2 licenses that we distribute from now, like a point of distribution, like a center, was just kind of a nightmare.
I got you.
But bringing them all together and jumping through the hoops and getting the approvals finally happened, and now we have 1 point of distribution.
That's amazing.
For our finished goods.
There you go. I mean, for
our customers are definitely a lot happier.
Yeah, I could see that streamlining things, but I mean, logistically, that definitely does sound challenging.
Yeah, but there's a lot. There's not a lot. There's a handful of businesses that have done this model, like a distribution model at one point. They create at different points, and then they have 1 point of distribution. Or to take it one step further, there are some of these entities that are taking all the orders. So like they're third party and they're inside sales to a point of distribution and then distributing to their stores because they have like multi-store sites throughout the state. Yeah. People are getting better and better at this.
It's that growth, you know what I mean?
Well, you know what? And this is where that comes in. Like somebody that comes from a CPG background or distribution background or all these other facets, like it's beautiful when those two come together, but you have to understand the goddamn hoops that we have to jump through to make the sale happen, to make the product get on the shelf, to get it in the system. Like you really need to learn all that to be an effective, executive, to be an effective director, to be effective manager. If you want to progress, you got to start with the basics.
Yep. Start from the bottom, right?
Yeah. But I think that was the biggest one. Otherwise, like we have at GTI, we have an incredible team when it comes to like compliance and government affairs. And I came with my own set of experience working in the industry and in compliance roles for many years.
Absolutely.
I've built out licenses. I've built out productions and cultivations and helped them through the process.
Compliance is everything, so I'm sure you learned a lot in that.
I did.
To
and I actually, helped them through a few things that, why not? It's like, why are we doing this way? I'm like, I don't know why you're doing it that way.
Yeah.
But here's what we did somewhere else, and it was fine. So why not?
There you go.
So
Exactly. It's
yeah,
possible.
it helps streamline some things.
Yeah, gotta be creative in this industry.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. Work smarter, not harder.
Absolutely.
That old saying.
So, what teams or departments are you working with specifically, or the most, I guess, in your current role to get projects across the finish line?
Okay, so it's a multitude of departments that I work with. I work with my brand teams. I work with planning and supply chain management, and help them forecast and predict what we'll need and what we'll need to bring from like the strain planning to how many plants and pounds we'll need to get to the products that we're looking like to create.
Okay.
Just based on like our sales, prior to, so basic, data analytics and forecasting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a big part. And then I work with our marketing arm a lot, like, sales and marketing are hand in hand and have to have a really good marriage there. And I think we do that very well here in Nevada with bringing Rebecca Perrick on.
There you go. Another OG.
She's an animal.
That's funny.
Oh, I love Rebecca. She's been a wonderful addition to this team, and she's just so good at executing. I love to see her get a plan in her hands and go for it. She's a wonderful creative and good human being. But marketing, so check. So along with marketing, it's like events and experiences and branding.
Right.
So that's kind of like all in the marketing arm. So I keep like on a healthy pulse there and engage when needed and asked, or there's opportunities to present. And then the biggest section of my time goes to my order fulfillment and my sales ops teams. That is where my bread and butter is. If those two things aren't working together smoothly and we're not getting what the customer's asking for, it causes some conflict. And just, directing.
There you go.
Like the director.
Yeah. I mean, you would have that title, obviously, with a sales director title. Yeah. You got to assume that you're working with pretty much all departments in some capacity. But that's why I wanted to ask, because obviously it takes a village,
Oh, yeah.
And,
Oh, then, and then accounting.
Yeah, of course.
That's a part of my job.
One.
Yeah. It's like, this person hasn't paid, so now we have to hold this phenomenally large order. I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. And then your collections. And then now your collections.
There you go.
Now you have to go find the money. And please,
there you go.
Please pay. Yeah. Or I'll come to your house with intimidation donuts.
Lots of intimidation donuts.
So the funny story.
I love that. That's great. I mean, because we eat a lot of donuts in this industry.
I've done a lot of things to, I'm not going to lie. I've done a lot of things to get the bag for the company.
There you go.
And one of the things was my classic intimidation donuts. I'd come to your house, or I'd come to your...
That's hysterical.
No, or I'd come to your place of business, to your office, and I'd bring some donuts, and we'd have to talk about accounts payable.
There you go. Yeah.
And receivable.
Break the ice, right? Sometimes you have to have hard conversations, but I come bearing donuts, so that lessens the blow.
It was. Oh, yeah. No, sometimes donuts don't work. Sometimes donuts still don't work, and that's a shame because I try to be nice.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I'd expect nothing less from you, Maggie. But
I'll tell you one more funny.
There you go. Yeah, please.
About collecting the check. So I worked for this. I'm not going to even say like the name of the company because it's just such bullshit. For like 90 days, and a part of that was like this lady was like just hungry. She like needed to get paid right away, and one of the entities wasn't paying, so. She's like, you need to get this fucking money or it's your job. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I literally went in there and I was like, I'm going to lose my job today if you don't pay me, and started crying in the lobby because I felt like she was fucking serious. Like she was going to fire me if I didn't get that money.
100%.
They paid me.
There you go.
And then they told me to give them my resume. I did not. I did not.
So for the record.
But I got that money, motherfucker. I got that money.
That's great.
I got that money.
Intimidation, donuts.
Or acting. Well, Oscar-worthy acting.
There you go. Oscar-worthy acting. Hey, you know what? I believe it,
But it wasn't, because like I was definitely like felt like, no, my job was in jeopardy.
No, I mean, you gotta be real.
I quit after that.
There you go. Yeah.
Shove it up your ass, lady.
Yeah, you gotta, there's always a human element to this. And sometimes you just gotta,
But a great story came out of it.
That's good. Awesome. Well, okay, so let's talk about the NuWu Cup. I mentioned this at the top. Obviously, you've supported several events.
Fun.
And you guys have believed in us and participated in the 2025 NuWu Cup cycle and again, won 2 awards. We talked about the relationship and everything like that between NuWu and GTI, but to win those awards specifically, obviously having scaled this brand up and kind of gotten it to where it is today, what does it mean to you to even be winning awards like that in a blind cannabis cup like NuWu Cup?
It speaks to my team at the cultivation level. They are kind, dedicated, skilled people that they're the alpha of our business. And it doesn't matter what I do.
Right.
It's what they're doing. And it makes it easy for me to do what I do.
There you go.
So just so proud.
There you go.
And I know my product, and that speaks to that because I knew which product to enter into the competition.
That's true. That's true. You guys, L'Orange has been a ripper for years, right?
We were lucky enough to acquire some genetics when we purchased the licenses. But I'm going to be honest, there was a time that, those genetics were in jeopardy of leaving this market completely because of just the shit that happens in the garden.
Right.
And that team's brought it back, not just back to life, but made it better.
There you go.
Made it better.
There you go.
And they're incredible. So it was easy to know it's my favorite. Yeah. It's my favorite. I'm not saying that everything that's my favorite is what you should smoke, but
right. Hey, you got to know your brand.
I do have an advanced palate. No.
Hey, absolutely.
From years of abuse. Yeah.
She said, I got a well-earned, experienced palate. You know what I mean? You
taste those notes.
Yeah.
Taste those chamomile notes.
Again, put me on game here. No, I really all credit due to you guys. And I've been waiting for this moment to apologize to you because I did screw up the day at NuWu Cup and announced the wrong brand for the best flower. So I've been waiting when I saw this on the calendar, and that's why I checked with you too. I'm like, okay, so this is a conversation between Tom and Maggie Cool, because I've owed you an apology for a while now for announcing the wrong brand, and I'm so sorry. So took your moment from you, but either way, you guys did deserve, the best flower for the consumer's choice, as voted on by the market, by our customers, and by the people that are here believing and want to participate in that. So for them to even voice their opinions, that is the community. That's the people that we've been, networking with and building this community for the past 10 years to even just make it possible to do something like that. So I think it's a well-deserved W, and I just wanted to take this moment while we're here on camera to apologize for taking that from you, because you guys definitely earned that. You know what I mean? And shout out to Maggie and the team. I have a belt for you too. You're leaving with the belt.
There's no apologies necessary. Shit happens.
Yeah.
And fuck yeah, we won. Fuck yeah, we won.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Well earned. Well earned. That L'Orange was a ripper, man. I love the skunk and the orangey notes. You know what I mean? It's just, it takes me back to the good old days of just
Orange
like we were saying
Crush
earlier, the old
oh my gosh,
those classic citrusy landrace strains that we were getting, on the black market.
The original Tangies, the Orange Crush. Oh my god.
Those are strains that made me fall in love with the plant.
The lemon, it has an essence of this lemon purple skunk I smoked back in shit.
You said she.
2005, 2006. It was this lemon purple skunk from Cali. Anytime it came in, it was $400 an ounce. I didn't fucking care.
She said I didn't care. There you go.
I didn't care.
And
it has it reminds me of if Orange Crush and lemon purple skunk had a baby.
Okay.
And it takes me back, man. Same thing, such nostalgia.
Yeah, no, 100%. I miss some of those early days where it was just, I guess, the mystique that came with buying on the black market, because you never knew what you were going to get. So when you had some really special weed, you have moments like that. You're like, I will always remember this strain, or just the way this weed made me feel. But,
Yeah, the early 2000s were the renaissance of flavor.
Yeah.
That came into market. Those original Trainwreck and Star Killer and, oh man, a bunch of different Granddaddy Perp.
Yep.
Granddaddy Perp.
Classics.
Shit. 100%. This is pre Blue Dream. This is pre. Oh man, I miss those strains too. The AK-47.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. Hey, again, how far we've come. Well, and to that point, let's pivot now. Let's start talking about the future. Let's start talking about some
Yeah.
things you guys coming down the pipeline. Usually we take this moment to also ramp things up. We could do some dabs. We have a Dr. Dabber XS and some nitro dabs if you're down to do a dab here.
I'm down to do a baby dab.
A baby dab?
Or I'll share a dab.
Cool.
I'm a dab
we
sharer.
can do that. This, honestly, the XS, as described by our friends over
So
at Dr.
cute.
Dabber, is a sipper, not a ripper. So we'll get a little flavor of some new heat that we have here coming out of NuWu for some nitro dabs. And we'll talk about some things you guys got going. So while I get this XS ready, are there any collaborations, launches, or innovations that you can tease for our viewers?
Yes. So innovation, I kind of like hit on a little bit earlier, but Rhythm has gotten like a complete makeover in our vape assortment, as well as like our like live resin opportunity. You know, we didn't have one. We were doing what was like some people would call it, I guess, a live resin type of deal, but it was a full spectrum pull of oil with our strain specific terpenes mixed back into it. So really like hashy, you know, cannabis flavor. Good though, you know, still great for what it was. But Rhythm is going more premium, you know. That means live resins and rosin. So
Ooh, okay.
I know.
Okay.
How exciting.
So the rosin word, you know, just gets me excited, you know.
And beyond that, you know, something that like I love Rhythm, but when I like take it to like an event or somewhere where we're sponsoring product or you know, sharing it with the consumers, it's like rolling up is time consuming, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So God bless my innovation team. They came up with an infused pre-roll called Rhythm Remix. And Rhythm Remix is a THCA diamond infused pre-roll. So 0.5 gram, 5-pack, little sleek package. I don't have them yet because they just finished manufacturing like
They're
the
new
first
now. As
super
soon as that
new.
vibrates, it's ready to go.
Okay. So they just finished manufacturing on the first like varieties. So we're
Okay.
going to have things like Pineapple Express, Blue Dream, Strawberry Shortcake, or Strawberry Cough Fudge. I can't even remember the name of it. We've smoked too much already. No, we have like a
Gotta love
Mai
NuWu Sessions
Tai
podcast.
flavor. Oh my gosh. There's just so many good flavors that we're going to have. It vibrated.
Yeah, shout out to the XS. I gave you a little baby dab. We are a little early.
That's great.
You're not getting any clouds here.
No.
Oh, this is the citrus breadsticks. This is actually my favorite. It's got more of that linalool.
Do I just touch it once or touch it twice?
Yeah, press and hold. Now it's
Now
red.
it's red.
The button's red. Yeah, so it'll turn green and vibrate when it's ready. If it's red.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's you know with the e-devices. There's.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Here, let me see.
Here,
real quick.
I'm giving it back.
I don't know why we're getting.
I
clouds
could
here.
taste the creaminess of that.
The citrus breadsticks does taste amazing. It looks like the dab went, but you didn't get clouds. What happened here?
Low
That's
temp.
fine.
We low temped it.
There we go.
God damn.
I mean, it tastes good, but you didn't get any clouds there. So we just. It's
okay.
I'm gonna load up freshie. Whatever.
Yeah, let's do it again.
I'm gonna get a dab. 'Cause this is my favorite.
You
so
show me. You give me a big milky cloud.
We're gonna make it happen. So obviously, you guys are working on the live resin line. We're working on the Rhythm remixes.
Yeah, so Rhythm Remix, THC infused diamonds, like keef on the outside,
Okay.
fruit forward flavor.
Okay.
So our premium cannabis, but think like the type of like flavors that you would get from like Jeter or some of the Stizzy 40s,
Okay.
like ice packs. Like it's kind of like in that family.
Okay.
But
I mean, like I said,
I'm going to
I'm a
say
sucker for a good
kind of
infused
like that
pre-roll.
family because, you know, what sets us apart is our premium flower.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know, and you know, we really thought about the consumer when it came to the packaging. It's like thinner than like a pack of cigarettes. It's you know, just perfect for your pocket.
Okay.
Perfect for your pocket or your pocketbook.
Perfect for your pocket.
And then just super potent.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
okay.
5 grams in a pack, and yeah, it's good. It's gonna be. We're gonna, you know, ooh,
We got some water in the chamber. This is why we're having difficulties here. So I'm gonna just.
the ASMR.
This we're doing. This is an ASMR episode. It's fine. Good thing I own one of these devices too, and I know how to clean it. Back in the old days of the podcast, I didn't really know anything about this.
Oh, man.
I was not the guy for this. You know what I mean? So again, we're talking about growth. We're talking about innovation. You know.
Do
what
you
I mean?
mostly dab
Stepping
now?
up. Honestly, these days all I do is dabs. I don't
Yeah.
smoke much flower.
I think people that smoke for as long as we do, they just
Yeah.
eventually just all turn to rosin. Like
Yeah.
all of us are like, It's just a matter of time till I'm in my rosin era.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean,
it is good. I mean, I like this volcano business too.
the volcano. Yeah, honestly, I've been using here lately. Have been doing volcanoes and like mostly dabs, but I've been like I'll smoke a joint. It's usually in a social setting like this, but you know, these days I'm trying to keep just the combustion down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you said, when you like now I'm like, okay, I'm coming up on my double digit, era of the cannabis industry. I'm like, man, I've been smoking a lot of joints in these lungs. I'm glad
I quit smoking cigarettes as soon as like I entered this industry, which is interesting. I just started getting sick from them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd given up cigarettes before that. I actually had some issues. I punctured my lung, so I had some issues with that, and that's one of the reasons I actually got introduced to the volcano, because I was just trying to consume healthier and recover in that regard. But in that capacity, I got to say, man, like I gave up cigarettes, so I was pretty far detached. So at this point, because that was like over 15 years ago, which is like even like a blunt, when you're saying like it just doesn't make me feel good, like I'll smoke a huge hemp blunt, you know what I mean? I'll be like, cool, I'm really high. But if it's like a tobacco one, it's just because I haven't had the tobacco in so long. It doesn't make me feel good, And isn't that the point?
Yeah.
All right.
We want to feel good.
Exactly. We're going to round to this thing and make sure. We did just have water right on the seal here, and I think that was the reason it wasn't getting to temp or it was sizzling, and we're going to figure that out. But, okay, so as you guys are developing these new products, so in the GTI camp, like what factors matter most to you as you're figuring out what you want to do next?
We look at we look at data and analytics in our other states as well as this state when it comes to innovation. So we kind of see where the market is going or where the trends are, and we want to. There it is. There it is.
We figured it out, guys.
We want to serve the consumer. So we're going to lean into where they're leaning into, and that's why we've developed the line that we have. Like one of the things that are on shelf now, not here at NuWu yet, but other places
coming soon.
I won't talk about it. But if you know anything about GTI, we have a mother store. But the live resin. This is a 2-gram vape.
So some of those new reg change, some of the big boys, right?
Yeah, so that's what we're leaning into. So we looked at data, and people want more 1 grams and also, larger format. So
yes,
earlier this year, like we've seen people do some creative things to get a bigger format going, trying to work around our regulations. But we were so happy when the regulations changed. So now we can work with them, and we're more in line with our other states now when it comes to their product offerings, because like Nevada was like the only place where you couldn't do a fucking 1 gram for the last 10 years.
The regs, we've been asking for this for the longest. Yeah. And again, as a dabber, I've been wanting baller jars for a while, so I'm personally excited about this.
I heard somebody's making like mini slabs.
I'm here for it.
Mini slabs.
This is what I've wanted since like 2016 in my beginning, formative years of being in this industry. I was like, man, and we're here. We're seeing it on the table right now.
Yeah.
2-gram vapes.
A 2-gram vape. I'll open it up, but liquid live resin is the first thing we released. So this is going to be the strain specific, still keeping in that same bloodline as our original vapes that we had, but just elevating it to a live resin. So, everything is kept at a temperature like that is conducive to keeping like the live resin in the format and ensuring that it like has, the cannabinoids and the terpenes that we should see from a live
100%,
resin.
100%.
This one is Gelinade. It's a sativa.
Some Gelinade. Okay.
And then this little bad boy.
Ooh, look at that hardware.
Look at that. Look at that.
So, okay.
This is called a Leaf. Yep, rechargeable. It's
sleek.
It's a disposable unit, but rechargeable. So you're going to make sure to finish the product in there. All strain specific. So this is like for the traditionalist that needs to have discretion or enjoys a vape, in between their flower smokes.
That's inconspicuous.
Yeah, it really is. I love this. So also we're going to have like a different color version of this, but it's going to be for our rosin.
Oh, so you're going to do some rosin disposables as well? Are those going to be
2-grammer?
Damn.
And they're going to be really competitive in the market.
Okay.
Like we're not going to I see what people are doing with rosin right now, and if we don't get ahead of it, we'll just end up getting more shit from California and Washington, everybody else that just ships it into here and shoves it down the. I try to call it like the traditional market because that's where I came from, and like I get it. Like everybody needs to feed their families and
absolutely
do their shit and like have affordable marijuana.
Yeah. No.
So we try to do our best to do that for everybody.
100%. This is exciting.
This is the first of our new innovation, and I'm just like so happy to see it in real life.
I like this
Long
is my
time
first
coming.
time. I haven't seen. I guess I've seen some stuff online, but I haven't really seen any like 2 gram vapes. I know it's been developed. I've same thing with like baller jars, and I've been like excited for this change. But this is the first time in podcast history that like I've seen a 2 gram vape like on the table, and like this is compliant. This is right here. This is Nevada. This is like it's cool to see that.
It's beautiful.
So, and live resin is obviously. Again, as a dabber, what I prefer in a vape format, live resin or rosin.
Yep.
So excited to see that you guys are helping that movement and spearhead in that regard. You know what I mean? Large format, solventless. I think personally, we'll
have a 1 gram availability and also a 0.5 gram in the live resin. So if somebody doesn't want to do the 2 gram, there's a. We've got a seat for every ass at the stadium.
She said, "We're trying to appeal to everyone, right?" Absolutely. No, that's the name of the game. That's exciting. I can't wait to try them. Well, here, let me get you your dab because this took me a little bit longer than it should have, but I think I got this ready for you.
We're gonna do it
again. This is our citrus breadsticks, live resin batter. This is our nitro dabs right here from NuWu's cultivation.
You guys grew this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is all you. This is exciting times, man.
It is. Again,
it's wonderful to see what you guys have done with your hybrid greenhouse. Do I wait for it to vibrate?
Yeah, once it vibrates, it's still heating up. It'll vibrate and turn green, and then you're ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be on it.
And this time it'll work, I promise.
I know.
That's why I
believe
tested
you.
first. There we go. Look at this.
I gotta be careful.
Yeah, like I said, it's a sipper, not a ripper, but you got some clouds going there. See, there you go. I knew we'd do it. How's the flavor on that citrus breadsticks?
Creamy. Mm-hmm. Got like those like garlic undertones on the back of your tongue. Not super citrus forward, but it's like that tang that you would get from like a lemon squeeze. Yeah,
this is our citrus breadsticks. This has been my favorite one of the nitro dabs that I've tried here recently. This is some new, so I'm glad that we're trying this in the podcast as well.
Very good.
Glad you're liking it. I'm glad we got it figured out. So.
Boy.
We are in the home stretch here, the back part of this podcast. We got to get the lounge open here and start selling some dabs ourselves here. So this is usually when we start pivoting with my loaded questions. I got a couple here for you. First of which, obviously, you've been in this industry a long time.
You get me this high and then fucking hit me with the hard ones?
This is the point.
All right.
Welcome to NuWu Sessions, right? But having been in this industry as long as you have, helping spearhead this plant and this movement forward, if you could help inspire one cultural shift regarding the cannabis plant, what would it be and why?
Shit, one cultural shift.
Like I said, these are my loaded ones, right?
I think it's just like the stigma around it. Like we still have people that, and it's like the older generation or some people that weren't really exposed to the plant, growing up or in their communities. But I think like the stigma around it needs to end. Like cannabis is far less harmful than alcohol, which is perfectly legal, and it's not the cause. It's like it's a situation where it's ruined families. It causes horrible accidents. Not to say like overconsumption can't do the same for cannabis, but I mean the data is out there, and cannabis contributes far less accidents and motor vehicle deaths every year versus alcohol. I haven't seen people tear their families apart and beat their significant others after smoking, 6 joints.
Right.
But I can say the latter for someone that's, had 6 drinks.
Absolutely.
So I think that needs to end.
Yeah, healthy alternatives, right?
Yeah, and I'd like to see our military people, our police, our firefighters be able to use cannabis and not fear losing their jobs because, like the person that I am and how I grew up, I should have more of a dislike for the police, but they're just people too, man. And I think that they would have a better time processing a lot of the shit that they deal with or how they deal with people if they were allowed to consume in their off time.
I completely agree, especially if we're keeping
it up.
States' rights things.
Fucking give people a break. Like, make this a federally legal thing. You know, like, no more bullshit. It's time for the bullshit to end.
Yeah. Make the change.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. Remove the stigma.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Again, having that sense of purpose in this industry, you know what I mean? If that's, I feel that. I feel I've been trying to do that.
Yeah.
In all my years here, it's like, man, because there are people out here that are still fighting that fight. There's still people that are getting arrested, that are having their lives destroyed for doing the exact same thing we're doing right now for, you know what I mean, smoking some weed and having a conversation. And to your point, I think it's definitely a healthier alternative, you know, but
choosing to consume and connect in the way we choose.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Beautiful. All right. So I got one more for you.
All right.
What advice would you give to young creatives aspiring to be the next generation of sales directors or cannabis entrepreneurs?
I think I hit on it earlier. You need to start building your toolbox. You need to start in an entry level position and learn something. And if that means like you have another profession, you do that on the side and you're learning. That's my best advice to somebody that's fresh, that wants to start in this industry, that has a skill set, but wants to adapt it to cannabis. You got to start somewhere. So I suggest looking at the cultivations, the productions, and the dispensaries. Those are the first places you start. You can talk to some of the buyers for several of these businesses now, and the buyer is like kind of lord of the land, king of the castle.
Right.
And they get to make the decisions of the products that go on the shelves. So a lot of these guys and gals were bud tenders.
Right.
And in fact, some of them still like they'll bud tend because they need to, because it's a small business or whatever it is. Like that is my first piece of advice. You got to start somewhere. And my second piece of advice is no job is above or below you. No job is above or below you. And you need to treat people the same. You need to treat people with kindness and respect, the same from the janitor to the CEO. Those are some words of advice.
Amen. No, you got to agree. Because, you start from the ground floor. Sweep the floors, as they say, right?
A lot of the most successful people in like big business started out in the mailroom.
Right. Absolutely.
You know?
Yep.
Start somewhere.
Amen.
Get to learn about your business. Learn about what drives them, what their values are and their goals. And yeah.
Absolutely. Great words of wisdom. Great words of wisdom. Well, this has been an amazing episode. Miss Maggie, thank you for being on.
Thank you
appreciate
for having
this.
me.
Thank you guys for watching the episode, supporting NuWu Sessions. Excited to be back. Expect some new episodes here soon. Make sure that you guys follow the GTI family of brands at gtigrows.com. You're also at GTI Grows, Rhythm_official, Dog Walkers Official. Make sure you tap in with all the NuWu channels, NuWu LV, Sky High. You know where to find us. And thanks for watching NuWu Sessions. Until next time, we out.
Bye. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Thank you, Maggie. That was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, how are we on time? Oh, perfect. That's what I was shooting for. I'm like,
We were
all right,
good?
15 minutes. Perfect. Yes, ma'am.
Did you like it?
That was a good episode.
I think so. It'll be
Your
good.
industry history is showing, you know what I mean? And that's what I like doing with the podcast, because, I don't know, I've been
Isn't it fun?
on the sales floor having